Senior High School On-Air Academy. Unstoppable! Delivering you quality education amidst pandemic.
To defer school opening to October 5.
Unstoppable!
Giving you accessible learning platform anytime, anywhere.
Ng klase, whatever form it is.
Comprehensible!
Buckle up and get yourself ready.
I will repeat, then you will do it later on.
Accurate!
The sphere that includes all living
Today,
things.
we will be talking about rational functions.
Simplify.
This is Jaw speaking. How may I help you?
This is ZED School Radio's Senior High School On-Air
On-Air
Academy. And now, here's your new episode for
Mind Assets. Your guide in the subject, Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management 1. Mind Assets. Mind Assets.
Welcome to year 2021, my dear grade 11 ABM. Happy New Year! Happy new episodes! This is Teacher Fritz and I'm glad to spend another meaningful and enjoyable FABM1 radio lessons with you learners. Today's broadcast is the beginning of our Quarter 2, Week 1 lesson. Are you ready? Calling the attention of my dear learners, your health and safety is our top priority. So don't forget to practice health protocols at all times. I hope you can hear me loud and clear at your most comfortable place. Kindly prepare your learning kits for FABM1. Please attend to your necessities now. We will begin our lesson proper after a few minutes. A simple reminder from your concerned radio teacher. Can you still recall our 5th episode? Okay, very good. Last time, we talked about the rules of debits and credits. I hope you still remember our secret hack to debits and credits. What is the magical word again? Alright, dealer. D-E-A-L-E-R, dealer. D-E-A stands for dividends, expenses, and assets. These are debit accounts. The balance of these accounts increases with debits and decreases with credits. And L-E-R stands for liabilities, equity, and revenue. These are credit accounts. The balance of these accounts increases with credits and decreases with debits. Wow! You remember them all! How about our quiz the last time? Yes, we reflect each financial transaction to a T account correctly to get 2 points and compute for the ending debit and credit balance to earn 10 points. I heard you've earned high scores, huh? Congratulations, learners! You did a job well done for our Quarter 1 lessons. Now that we have the correct and balanced trial balance, we will begin the next step with the confidence that the account balances that we will be adjusting are correctly stated. Before we proceed, it is important to understand that strictly adjusting should not be used interchangeably with correcting. Adjusting entries are adjustments to bring the assets, liabilities, revenue, and expenses up to date. Accounting utilizes adjusting entries at the end of an accounting period to separate mixed accounts. Mixed accounts are accounts that have components of assets and expenses or liability and income at the end of the accounting period. Remember to consider the 2 major classifications of the adjusting entries, accruals and deferral. I repeat, accruals and deferral. as well as the method used for each classification when analyzing the given problem. To fully understand adjusting entries, let's try to answer exercise 1, page 4 on your learning activity sheet. Directions: analyze and prepare the necessary adjusting entries at the year-end 2019 of the following independent transactions. Show your solutions to earn 3 points. Number 1. On December 1, 2019, Yan Company purchased supplies worth of 12,000 from Dito Trading. At the end of the month, only 3,000 worth of supplies inventory on hand. The bookkeeper used the asset method in recording the transaction. How does adjusting entries apply on this transaction? Okay, in this scenario, we will be using the formula supplies expense is equal to initial supplies inventory less ending supplies inventory on hand. I repeat, supplies expense is equal to initial supplies inventory less ending supplies inventory on hand, wherein supplies expense is equal to 12,000 pesos less 3,000 pesos ending inventory on hand. So, the supplies expense is equal to 9,000 pesos. To reflect the supplies expense on our journal, we will debit supplies expense of 9,000 and credit supplies of 9,000. I repeat, we will debit supplies expense of 9,000 and credit supplies of 9,000. This means that the ending supplies inventory on hand will be 3,000 pesos. Did you get that? Let's try another one. Number 2. On November 15, 2019, VJK Company subscribed to the Globe Services. The monthly fee of 4,000 is paid every 15th of the month. The payment on December 15, 2019 has been recorded by a debit to supplies expense and credit to cash of 4,000 pesos. To record the internet use for the second half of December, we will debit supplies expense of 2,000 and credit accrued utilities payable of 2,000. I repeat, we will debit utilities expense of 2,000 and credit accrued utilities payable of 2,000. Did you get that? Let's try another one. Number 2. On November 15, 2019, VJK Company subscribed to the Globe Services. The monthly fee of 4,000 is paid every 15th of the month. The payment on December 15, 2019 has been recorded by a debit to utilities expense and credit to cash of 4,000. To record the internet use for the second half of December, we will debit utilities expense of 2,000 and credit accrued utilities payable of 2,000. I repeat, we will debit utilities expense of 2,000 and credit accrued utilities payable of 2,000 pesos. The utilities expense of 2,000 pertains to utilities used for the second half of December. In the adjusting entry above, utilities expense is debited to recognize the expense, and accrued utilities payable is credited for the used internet for the half month. I hope you got it. Number 3. Rogers rendered catering services last December 15, 2019. The contract price amounted to 63,000 pesos. Since no payment had been received yet, Rogers did not make any journal entry last December 2019. Now, how will we record the income not yet received but already rendered by Roger? Simply, we will debit accrued service revenue of 63,000 and credit service revenue of the same amount. I repeat, we will debit accrued service revenue of 63,000 and credit service revenue of 63,000. Accrual is the recognition of an expense already incurred but unpaid, or revenue earned but uncollected. This adjustment we made deals with the amount unrecorded. The entry, in effect, increases both the balance sheet and an income statement account. Number 4. On October 1, 2019, K Piano Services received 300,000 pesos. 8% note for selling an equipment not being used anymore in the business. The note will be payable in 1 year. Now, this transaction involves note payable of 8%. Do you still remember what note payable is? Alright, note payable is a liability account where a borrower records a written promise to repay. Note payable is a liability account where a borrower records a written promise to repay the lender. When carrying out and accounting for notes payable, the maker of the note creates liability by borrowing from another entity, promising to repay the payee with interest. So, we should have an adjusting entry for the interest. We will debit accrued interest income of 6,000 and credit interest income of 6,000. I repeat, debit accrued interest income of 6,000 and credit interest income of 6,000. I repeat, debit insurance expense amounting to 3,000 and credit prepaid insurance amounting to 3,000. December 1 repayment of 36,000 less 3,000. An insurance expense reflects the expired cost of 3,000 for the month of December. I hope you understand now, my dear learners, why we need to adjust the entries we've made. Adjusting entries are accounting journal entries that convert a company's accounting records to the accrual basis of accounting. An adjusting journal entry is typically made just prior to issuing a company's financial statements. Are you still confused? Okay then, let's try another exercise. Scan your learning activity sheet on page 5, exercise 2. For number 1, a firm purchased equipment on May 1, 2019 for 60,000 pesos. It is estimated that the equipment will have a 6,000 residual value at the end of its 10-year useful life. Using the straight line method of depreciation, what will be the balance of the accumulated depreciation account on December 31, 2021? Do you know how to compute depreciation using straight line method? The formula is depreciable cost is equal to cost of asset less residual value useful life of an asset. I repeat, depreciable cost is equal to cost of asset less residual value useful life of an asset. Now, try to compute the depreciation cost. The depreciation cost is very good. 5,400 per year or 450 per month. Now, to compute the accumulated depreciation account on December 31, 2021, let's count how many months are there from May 1, 2019 to December 31, 2021. Great! 32 months. Accumulated depreciation is equal to 450 times 32 months. We have very good. Accumulated depreciation is equal to 14,400. Amazing! Now, I can see that you're all ready. Very good. Accumulated depreciation is equal to 14,400. Amazing! Now I can see that you're ready to answer number 2. Eaton Company uses the allowance method in estimating doubtful accounts. During the first year of operations, credit sales total 1,300,000, but 60% of this amount have been collected. It is the policy of the company to set up 3% of the outstanding receivables. For the current year, at what amount should doubtful account expense be presented in the income statement? Whoa, another confusing transaction, right? Don't worry, I'll teach you how to deal with this. The allowance for doubtful account is a contra asset account that is associated with accounts receivable and serves to reflect the true value of accounts receivable. The amount represents the value of accounts receivable that the company does not expect to receive payment for. First, we need to compute for the amount of uncollected receivables. Uncollected receivables is equal to total credit sales times 40%. I repeat, uncollected receivables is equal to total credit sales times 40%. Why 40%? Because it has been said that 60% of the total credit sales is already collected. This means that only 40% of the total credit sales is uncollected. Now, let's compute. What product did you get? Wow, very good. Uncollected receivables is equal to 520,000 pesos. It is also stated that it is the policy of the company to set up 3% of the outstanding receivables. So, to get the doubtful account expense, we will simply multiply 520,000 pesos to 3%. So, for the current year, the doubtful account expense be presented in the income statement of Eaton Company is amounting to. You are so great! 15,600. You got 3 points for that. And for the third number, Aegean Airlines purchased a 5-year insurance policy for its airlines on June 1, 2019 for the amount of 150 pesos and debited it to an asset account. The company uses a calendar year as its accounting period. Assuming that June 1 is the effective date of the policy, how much is the correct balance for the prepaid insurance account on December 31, 2019? But wait, do you know what is accounting period? An accounting period is the period of time covered by a company's financial statements. In this transaction, the company uses a calendar year as its accounting period. This means it follows the Gregorian calendar year that consists of 12 months starting from January 1 to December 31. Now, to compute the correct balance for the prepaid insurance account on December 31, 2019, we need to know how many months of its prepaid insurance have already expired. Now, to compute the correct balance for the prepaid insurance account on December 31, 2019, we need to know how many months of this prepaid insurance have already expired, assuming that June 1 is the effective date of the policy. Alright, you're correct. 7 months out of 60 months or 5 years of the prepaid insurance have already expired. This means that the prepaid balance can still be used for 53 months. Converting this to its monetary value, we get prepaid insurance of, can you please try to compute? Let's find out if your answer is correct. Very good! Prepaid insurance is equal to 132,500. And there you have it, our lesson for today. I am glad that you understand why we need to prepare adjusting entries. I hope you will be able to answer correctly all of your succeeding exercises. We will be back after these reminders.
Wow! Adobong manok! Ang sarap naman ng ulam namin! Ang bango pa! Kainan na!
Hep hep hep! Buknoy, may nakalimutan ka ata.
Ha? Wala kuya! Gutom na po ako kaya kumain na po tayo.
Buknoy, nakalimutan mong maghugas ng kamay. Lagi mong tatandaan, bago kumain, ugaliin nating maghugas ng kamay. Ang wastong paghuhugas ng kamay ay isang epektibong paraan upang matanggal ang bakterya at germs na lumikit sa ating mga kamay. Ito ay makatutulong upang maiwasan natin ang pagkalat ng sakit sa ating paligid.
Sige po kuya, uugaliin ko na po ang wastong paghuhugas ng aking kamay bago kumain. Kainan na!
Ang kalusugan ay kayamanan. Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Time for quiz! Let's go deeper. Try to answer exercise number 3 of your learning activity sheet. This activity requires you to recall your knowledge in preparing trial balance with carefully adding the adjusting entries for the adjusted trial balance. Directions: prepare adjusting entries and adjusted trial balance of BRCA General Services. You will earn 3 points in each adjusting entries. Rubrics for the scoring the trial balance is shown on page 7. Are you ready? Okay, I believe you can do this. Take your time, double-check your answers and make sure not to leave any item unanswered. While you are answering exercise 3, allow me to give you a musical treat. This song is produced by Mr. Oliver C. Narag, entitled Ano Man ang Sitwasyon, Tuloy ang Edukasyon. I hope you will like it.
bagong simula, may bagong normal, bagong umagang parating. Ito ang tamang panahon upang maghanda sa bagong hamong haharapin. Hindi magbabago ang hanap mong pusong tumulong at ituloy ang ating misyon. Dahil anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. Walang maiiwan, lahat ay aahon. Sama-sama tulong-tulong sa ating pagsulong. Anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Tuloy ang edukasyon.
Pilipinas sa gitna ng pandemya, tayo ay magsama-sama kapatid. Kababayan, dapat kang makialam. Halina at tulungan ang ating paaralan. Ipagpatuloy lang natin ang ating sinimulan. At sa bawat paghapang, bakit sa pangarap mong hagdan, ipalaganap ang pag-ibig at gintong kaalaman. Kahit sarado ang pinto, huwag tayong huminto. Dahil ang edukasyon ay higit pa sa ginto. Katulong ang bawat isa at pamahalaan. Ang lahat ng ito ay malalampasan. Taas yung kung haharapin ang realidad. Ating isigaw, sulong edukalidad. Sulong edukalidad.
Magbabago ang hanap ng pusong tumulong at ituloy ang ating misyon. Dahil anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. Walang maiiwan, lahat ay aahon. Sama-sama tulong-tulong sa ating pagsulong. Anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. Dahil anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy, tuloy. Walang maiiwan, lahat ay aahon. Sama-sama tulong-tulong sa ating pagsulong. Anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Tuloy ang edukasyon.
And that's all for today. Let's continue education. Learn to adjust not only in accounting, but also to the new normal education. Altogether, let's start a new beginning to make our dreams come true, my dear learners. Whatever the situation is, education will continue. Thank you for your support to continue education through radio. Let's fight COVID-19 by staying at home and always practicing health protocols. In behalf of Ma'am Supinder Corps Basidi Kaling and the production team of RBI STO Isabela, sama-sama sa pagsulong ng edukalidad. Thank you very much. Again, it has been your teacher, Manfred Corps Basi. Now signing off. God bless everyone!
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang maiiwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela!